Film Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder said something, seems like he finally got the memo. Now he says it's mind-boggling how Americans go for other fighters, don't even go for their own fighters, right? It's mind-boggling. It's just good to see that he's got the memo. A lot of us have been knowing this for a long time. It is that way. Throughout history, these guys, most of the time you're the villain. With Muhammad Ali, we act like we liked him while it was going on. Nobody liked Ali at the time, right? Jack Johnson, way back, we're going way back then. People like that, Mike Tyson at the time, and others. You weren't liked at the time you were doing. So after, years after, then you go back and people start realizing what you achieved. So Deontay Wilder's going through the same thing. I've said this in many videos. He's the WBC champion of the world, and he's had 38 fights, knocked out 37 people. Just started fighting when he's 19 years old. And I'm gonna say it again. I always say it every time I talk about it. I'm gonna say it over and over. What Deontay Wilder has done up until now is worthy of a movie, and a darn good one. It's simple as that. I've seen scripts way worse than what this guy has achieved. Now, what he goes on to do, these fights coming up are going to be hard. I'm very nervous about the Stavern fight, for example. I think Stavern has got something that people are just ignoring, right? Until he beats him, then they're going to be like, see. But, Deontay Wilder, I'm pretty sure it irks him, watching around, like, for example, Anthony Joshua, for example, there's been a poll in England, right? A poll from Sky Sports saying, is Anthony Joshua the best British heavyweight of all time? Right? Now, the poll got scratched a day or two after it was going, right? Because there was a little backlash. But just think about it. That's how they rolling with Anthony Joshua already, right? Already. 19 fights already in the discussion. Now, don't act like England don't have good fighters, because it's blasphemous when you know that Lennox Lewis is from England. Now, he's had a little bit. Lennox Lewis, he fought for Canada in the Olympics, so maybe that just kind of irks him a little bit. But when you're talking about English heavyweights, you cannot go past or look past Lennox Lewis, because Lennox Lewis is in the conversation for the best heavyweight of all time, no matter what on the planet, let alone a little bit of England. So, Anthony Joshua shouldn't even be mentioned there yet. But he is, because England follow their fighters. They support their fighters. Frank Bruno is about to get a movie. Speaking of movies, he's about to get a movie about his life. So that's how England rolls. So I know Deontay Wilder, he's like, I don't have any support. Now, Anthony Joshua he beat Vladimir Klitschko, which is his claim to fame right now. Now they're telling the guy, Deontay Wilder, has to earn a fight with Anthony Joshua. He has to earn a fight, like beat up some other people from England, like Dillian White or David Haye or maybe even David Price. I don't know who England trying to throw at him. Like, he's not worthy of getting a fight with Anthony Joshua straight up, even though he has double the amount of fights, right? So this is how they're rolling now. And Eddie Hearn, the promoter of Anthony Joshua, is running with it. I offered him so and so much money for Dillian White and this and that, trying to defer from the fact that, no, what's up with your boy? Now, for example, when Anthony Joshua said 2 weeks ago that he don't want to fight Deontay Wilder, he might not fight him until 2020 or 21, that should have been huge news in America. Should have been on First Take, undisputed, whatever. I'm talking about, hey, our heavyweight champion has been basically given a certification as the best in the division because the other one doesn't want to fight him for 2 or 3 years. That should have been headline news. But no, we're scraping under the rug. And they're still like Deontay Wilder hasn't fought anybody. But the anybody's are either doped or don't want to fight him. So at some point, guys, whether he's Windmill Wilder, whether he's Skinny Leg Wilder, on all those things that you do wrong, somebody come prove him that they're wrong, right? I've seen people he hasn't fought anybody with a pulse. But I did a video about that, about all those things. I'll probably put that up there so you guys can check that out. Because if you look through the rankings, well, who are you guys talking about? Let's count the guys that are somebody. Count those. Count the guys that are somebody and not on dope. And you raise one finger. You won't raise more than 2 or 3 fingers. It's impossible because they all had a doping history. And Wilder, another thing he does is he pays VADA a little extra money so they can do some extra tests. What heavyweight champion's doing that? Wilder's not that rich, right? But he knows what time it is. Now, we try to ignore these things about Deontay Wilder. And it's mind-boggling to him because I know he's like, man, I knock out everybody. They say they like knockouts. They like Gennady Golovkin because he knocks people out. Well, I'm doing the same thing. I didn't have an amateur background. I just learned boxing. They can't get behind that. We don't have enough to mention my daughter, That's why I started boxing. They don't like that. I can talk up a fight. They don't like that. I'm calling out everybody who is somebody. They don't like that. The other guys are doped. The Povetkins of the world, the Warwicks of the world, the Shannon Briggs of the world, the Luis Ortiz of the world. And we are not even to begin. There are more. But these are the ones who obviously got caught. And then we're about to fight your boy Deontay Wilder. And he's not the one doped. He's paying VADA extra money out of his pocket to make sure to catch the dopers. We don't like all of that. Now, if we were to put this on national news, where everybody knows these kind of things, this wouldn't be an issue no more. Or he still probably wouldn't be liked, but I think he'd have a few more fans. But this people are doing this on purpose to keep his information away from the public. Because that's no way. We should be proud of our heavyweight champion, a non-doped heavyweight champion with 37 knockouts from 38 fights. But as soon as he loses, because that's going to happen to everybody. It's going to happen. As soon as he loses, we'll be talking about, see, he's been exposed. And it doesn't matter who he loses to. They're going to be like, well, see, he didn't fight nobody before then. Right? No matter who he loses to, it can be somebody on the street. See, he didn't meet this kind of guy. That's what we're trying to do with Deontay Wilder. So, yeah, Deontay, man, it is mind-boggling. But you know what time it is. So continue to handle your business. Continue to do your things because there are people out there that are riding with you. And it's not only because it's with you. It's because what you're doing is right. That's what we're riding with what's right. It's not about what color the man is or how tall he is or just his backstory, because backstory is just immaculate. It's incredible, his backstory. Guys, do your research because you're going to love him if you just take the time to find out what he's went through. But he's doing the right thing in the heavyweight division in an age where a lot of people aren't. And it sticks out like a sore thumb. It's just the fact that he's American. Nobody seems to notice because right now England is showing how you follow a fighter. Now, I'm not saying nobody should be fanatic about any fighter, but you should at least give him his props for what he has achieved already and not continuously tell him what he needs to do to get your stamp of approval. Because at the end of the day, darn your stamp, right? What he's done is great already, no matter what anyone says. Right? Now, can he go on to achieve more things? Probably, if the opponents can get it together. Think about it. So Deontay Wilder, again, it's mind-boggling, but you know what time it is. Doing Sports Talk Worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.